Oh my gosh, what's happening? Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm alive. I have survived the tsunami. But thank you for the thank you for the resubs, TZ and Kai. Also, welcome in, Leo. Yeah, I'm guessing you came in just to make sure I didn't actually die. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, thank you guys so much. If you guys prayed for me while I was there, thank you so much. I know I asked for prayer, and I felt it, and I believe that 100% that's why there was no tsunami on Guam. There's like barely anything. So I won't really be talking about that too much. I mean, I'll talk about like what I did that day for tsunami preparedness because it was kind of crazy. Just everything that happened. I was like, I'm here during a tsunami of all things. But hold on, I gotta find BGM because I'm like, wait, I don't have any BGM. I forgot to look one up. My bad. Not this one. Is it this one? Nah. Nah. Sorry, I'm gonna be scrolling through. Not quite. Nah. It's like, I've used this one before. Do we go with this one? Is it too happy? The traveling site, welcome in. Thanks for being... I don't think you've been here before, right? Well, welcome to the channel. Oh my gosh, wait, this is the one that everybody uses, I feel like. Ah! Oh wait, I like this one. This one's cute. Oh wait, no, this one looks like... Oh wait, this one's cute. Okay. Can you guys hear it okay? Is it too loud? Put on disaster music while you tell us your survival story. Hold on, I got you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. No, wait, this sounds like a murder. Never mind. That's not the one. Okay, this one's kind of suspenseful. Yeah, so as I got the news reports about there being a tsunami, I made my way up a hill, only to trip on a cow. But no. No, we're not gonna do that one. We're gonna make this happy. It's fine. But yeah, so wait, what? What? But yeah, guys, it was a fun time. So, okay, let me tell you about this trip. I pray that I survive whatever moldy rice you send me. I didn't send you moldy rice. Why are you asking for moldy rice, though? Not the cow. Listen, I did run into a cow. Not, like, literally. But I did pass by a cow, and I was like, whoa, there's a cow here. Just on the side of the road. Just hanging out. Not really worried about any cars. But I guess the cars would look out for the cows anyway. So, Dr. K, welcome in! Nani moldy rice? Don't worry about it. Azure Sniper just wants moldy rice for some reason. No! Sending out moldy rice now? No! Okay, I will explain that later because that's like the last part of my trip. First stream and I don't know what's happening. Don't worry, no one does. No one understands what's happening. Because I didn't understand what was happening at the time when it was happening. Because it was kind of crazy. So, okay guys. Let me tell you about Guam. Has anybody here been to Guam? I know it's kind of like remote. Jackal, welcome in. Yeah, we're talking about travel. And how I survived the tsunami with the 0.4 foot waves. Luckily, nothing happened. I mean, it could have been much worse. Like, praise the Lord. Nothing happened. Thank you for your prayers because it really came through. A little scary at the time because I was just like, what do I even do? Like, Guam is a small island. If it's a big tsunami, like, everything's going down. Oh gosh. My hotel's like right on the beach, as you guys have probably seen if you guys saw my pictures from my balcony, which I think I posted, right? Yeah, it was a good morning garden picture. Why am I getting horror movie ad? Wait, are you really? Hold on. I'm typing that because I know you can't hear me. I've seen a picture of Guam. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I'd seen too. Actually, one of my roommates from college grew up on Guam, which was really cool. I was just like, wait, I've only heard about this in like picture books, you know. Just saw this, praise Jesus. Yes, Captain Carbohydrate, welcome in. But yeah, I survived. But yeah, so my roommate loved Guam. She doesn't want to go back, but she loved it. She was always describing it as the beautiful island of Guam, and I totally understand why, because it was beautiful. I was like, I wish I could just stay here for a weekend to like fully vacation. But I had to head home like as soon as possible because I'm kind of limited on travel days because of work. So yeah, glad you're okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was perfectly fine, honestly. It was just really hot. Like when the tsunami was happening, I did feel like I was like drowning in humidity. That was like the extent of it. I don't know if the earthquake, the tsunami would affect the weather pattern, but it felt like more humid than normal. I was like, I can't breathe. I have to go back to my car so that I can breathe. It was like that. It was so thick. It was crazy. My brother was clowning me for taking the tsunami warning seriously, but like I've been to memorials in Ishinomaki and Tohoku. Yeah, I mean, like it's better to be cautious. Like I had like a few people around me were like, oh, it's probably going to be like a nothing burger. And honestly, part of me also felt like maybe it's going to be a nothing burger, but who knows? Like, you should take those things seriously regardless of whether or not you think it might just be nothing. Because what if it's not nothing? You're dead. You're dead. So, it's better to just take it seriously at the time. But yeah. So, I went to Guam for work, right? And, oh gosh, okay. Here's how these travel vlogs usually go. I kind of just like lay out everything that happened the entirety of the trip. I have like an hour and 15 because I got to do some work after this. And I have a deadline of like 8 p.m. So this is going to be kind of a quick stream, but it'll be fun regardless, hopefully. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Love it, but I'm never... Wait, your brother's going to get swept away one day laughing. It sounds like it. I immediately texted my Tohoku teammates to make sure they were okay. Yeah, actually, I didn't hear, was there damage in Japan? I was so focused on Guam and like my current predicament that I did not really check up on Japan or Hawaii, which I really should have because I was flying back through Honolulu. So I was just like, well, hopefully the airport's not swept away, you know? Love it, but I'm never coming back. Jemmy's roommate, quote, autocorrect calling Jemmy HDMI. What? Also, yes, when tsunamis happen, it tends to affect our weather conditions. Oh, okay, it really does. Okay, that explains a lot. Because I was just like, why can't I breathe? I'm drowning. But yeah, so tsunamis are an oddity in that if you see the danger, it's probably too late by then. Not to be morbid. Exactly. That's why I was like, okay, it might be nothing, but it also might be something. So I'm gonna take it seriously until it's not serious, you know? So luckily it worked out. But yeah, so okay, I had to go there for work. So this flight, man, it's a 25-hour flight from East Coast to Guam. And I was like, Lord of mercy, I'm gonna be so tired. This is a long flight. So luckily, I did like, okay, here's my safety tip. Here's my travel tip. If you're traveling internationally or really any kind of flight travel, just because like I fly a lot for work, I always get a layover that's at least 2 hours whenever there's a connection. I don't care. I know it's gonna be added time, but just in case, because planes are late all the time now. It's better to just give yourself a safety wiggle room. So I always give myself 2 hours. So I ended up in Newark for 2 hours. No, actually not 2 hours, like 4 hours. But it was either 1 hour or 4 hours. And I'm like, I'm not taking a risk. This is an international flight. I'm going to go for the 4-hour layover. Bruh, it was so early. I think I left my house at like 4 a.m. 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m. I left at 3:30 a.m. just to make sure, because I still needed to like park and then take the shuttle to the airport and then get on the plane. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Critical, for changing the hair. But okay, 4:30 in the morning at this airport. Why was this airport so crowded? There were so many people. I was like, all of y'all are leaving at 4 in the morning? I thought I was being smart by leaving early. No, I was a sheeple. I joined everybody else trying to travel at the same time. So, yeah, that was fun. Luckily, there were no delays on any of my flights. Praise the Lord. Like, super blessed, highly favored. And I was talking to my roommate because, like, the last time I flew over to Japan for work, I managed to get a business class seat, and I think I talk about that in one of my Japan vlogs, actually. I did get a first class seat before. I didn't this time. But my roommate, the one who lives here, I flew United. So she was like, yeah, I have like a United card. If you want to just get into the lounge, it's like $30, $35, just to hang out in there, even if you don't get a business class seat. And I was like, okay, well, that's good because I've got 4 hours to kill. I forgot that there's tiers of that. So there's a general lounge. I know it sounds better. I don't remember what it's called. Club lounge? That's the word. Club lounge. And then there's the premium lounge, which I've been in the premium lounge before. Amazing. Unlimited food, full buffet. I only got to stay in there for like 30 minutes because I couldn't upgrade my seat until like an hour beforehand. But this was the business class one. This wasn't this trip. So I was in the not business class. I was in the club lounge for like a good 3 hours. It was so worth it. But it wasn't $35. It was like $60. So I was like, okay, fine. I will do this for comfort and for unlimited food. I will just eat here till I'm full because the plane food is gonna suck. But luckily, they had a concierge at the club lounge, and I was like, okay, I have a 13-hour flight to Narita. Do I really want to be in economy? Can I stand to be in economy? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can you charge it as a business expense at least? No, work will only pay for a basic ticket. So any upgrades that I do, I have to pay out of pocket. Yeah, it's called business class, but is it really for business? No, I'm there for business. Give me a business class seat, you know? Unfortunately, that's not how that works. If only. But yeah, so I spent some time in there, and luckily the concierge was like, Jemmy doesn't want to sit with peasants. Listen, it is so crowded back there. It's very uncomfortable. Like me? No, no, that's not why. Okay, listen, I flew back on basic economy the whole way. I will tell you that story in a bit. But I did manage to upgrade to premium economy, which you have significantly more legroom. The seats are wider. And it does come with like a footrest, so you could kind of recline. Still not as good as like a full lay down seat in business class, which is fair. But it was way easier. Unfortunately, I did get the middle seat, and unfortunately, I drank a coffee before the plane ride. And whenever I try to drink coffee, I just have to go to the bathroom all the time. So this poor little Japanese lady that I was sitting next to. I mean, she was so tiny. She was just like curled up in her seat. So I could just like walk by her. But I felt so bad because I kept telling her like, excuse me. Well, she's Japanese. So sumimasen. Gomennasai. So, yeah, that was a long flight. Back to lurking. Thank you. Nani Jemmy avoids us peasants. The scandal, gasps as he grasps his pearls like a stereotype old lady. What is this message? Oh man. Oh wait, hold on. I missed a bunch of messages. My bad. I am sorry. Despite being so close to it, the angle was it added from an Oh right, because like California was getting alarms too for the earthquake, right? Never get a layover under an hour. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I used to think I would just whenever I would find a flight and the layover was like 45 minutes, I was like, yes, let's go. I don't have to wait. And then I did it and I was like, this was a mistake. I am never doing that again. So yeah. Um, because then I would my flight would always run late, and then my luggage would never make it on time, and then I would be at my destination with no luggage. And that's how I learned to pack stuff in my backpack. Bam! Hi! Welcome to the stream! Nice to see you! We're talking about my trip to Guam and how people are calling me stinky because I upgraded to a premium economy seat. But listen, okay, it was so worth it. It was so worth it. The food was better. The space was better. I didn't have to crawl over people to get to the bathroom, which was nice. I did disturb the little old lady a little bit, but it wasn't bad. And then so I made it to Tokyo. No problems, except it's super hot. I don't know what it was about all of the flights there. It was super hot everywhere. But then coming back, it was freezing everywhere. I was like, why is this plane? Why have all the planes been so cold? I have closed my vent. Why is it still blowing cold air? So, but yeah, super long trip. I think I jumped into a couple of Discord VCs on the way there whenever I made it to an airport. Because I think I had 2 connecting flights. It was like 4 flights total. It was so long. So I didn't get to Guam until like 10:30 p.m., right? I was so tired. I was like, please, I just want to get to my hotel. I just want to sleep. I haven't slept. Before I left for the airport, I slept for 2 hours. I'm sleepy. So but I landed at 10:30 p.m. Luckily, it's Guam, so you don't really have, if you're an American citizen, Guam is a U.S. territory, so you don't really have to go through too much with customs and immigration too much. They do ask you a couple questions, which is fine. I couldn't hear my person. He was so nice though. I just couldn't hear him. I was like, it's been loud. I've been on a loud plane for hours. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What did you ask? Did you ask what I do? Because I'm here for work. But yeah. But oh my gosh. As soon as I got there, I was like, okay, let me get my rental car. I go down to the desks and I'm like, okay, where's my rental car agency? It's not there. I know nothing of Guam other than it's a US territory. That's really all you need to know. I mean, the Chamorro people, there's like 75,000 people of the native people, and then everybody else is American. Pretty much. Did you tell them you're a flower spirit? Oh yeah, they could totally tell. I mean, first glance, you telling me they can't tell? I have flowers all over me. I got to meet a lot of like very pretty flowers there in Guam. Guam has a lot of pretty greenery. But yeah, so I had to take a shuttle to get my rental car and then finally make it to my hotel. And luckily, it was kind of a blessing that like it was late when I checked in, because I think every day that I went down to the lobby of the hotel, the check-in line was so long, and I totally understand why. Because here's the thing, I managed to get a room at a resort, beachfront resort, as you've seen. So I was like, man, and here's how this happened. Because I found out about this meeting super, super late. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's not going to be any rooms left at where they normally would put me to stay at. I'm going to have to stay at a motel. That's going to be insane. I'm sad because now I'm traveling 25 hours to stay at a motel. But I had a coworker who came to my office kind of recently. And so he was like, yeah, let me know when you go to Guam. I'll help hook you up with your travel arrangements and everything. Yeah, I should have done that for the rental car. But I couldn't get like a proper hotel room. So I was like, okay, dude, I need you to help me. How do you get lodging? And he was like, okay, I got you. I will take care of it. And at first, because, time zones and everything, as we've dealt with being content creators from around the world, time zones are fun. So I told him, hey, I'm leaving August 26th and I'm leaving for Guam August 26th. And then I'm leaving from Guam this day. So he booked me for the day that I left for Guam. And they got me like a pretty good hotel. He said the Chamorro people? Yeah. This is native. July 26th. Thank you. Yeah, not August. That's the next trip. So what happened? What am I saying? What was I saying? Oh, okay. So he got me a hotel at a pretty nice hotel, or a room at a pretty nice hotel. And I was like, great, this is cool. At least it's not a motel. I am glad. And so a few days later, I realized, like, wait, I went through this in Germany where I booked the wrong date for check-in because it was my departure date, but I didn't actually arrive until the next day. So in Germany, they charged me, they still charged me for the room and a fee. So I was like, oops. I was like, okay, I'm not making that mistake again. So when I looked at it, I was like, hey dude, wait, I am not arriving until the 27th. So I need my reservation to say the 27th, not the 26th. So he went back, and I guess the ladies that were helping him get the hotel room emailed him back and was like, this girl is extremely lucky because the only room we could get for her was at I can say the name of the hotel now, the Duset Beach Resort. And he emailed me the whole thing, and he was like, I've stayed there before. It's really nice. I just want you to know that I got you the hookup. So be thankful. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I got there. It was so nice. I was so excited. And like, well, I didn't really get to explore until the next day because I got there like 11 p.m. I was like, I just need to shower. I need to get all the airport gunk off of me. I just want to go to sleep. I didn't get to sleep until like 1 a.m. And then I didn't wake up. Wait, what time did I wake up? 5? I woke up at 5 in the morning because, jet lag. That's a thing. But this hotel, oh my gosh, right on the beach. I did have a balcony, which I didn't realize until the next morning. Because like I was told I was going to be beachfront. So once I got to my room, I opened the windows and I just see the city. And I was like, wait, this isn't beachfront. Okay, fine. That's whatever. I'm near the beach. I am thankful, And I was like, I wonder if there's a balcony. But I didn't see one. I had two blinds. One was for a window and one was for the balcony. And I didn't open the one that was for the balcony. There was a button for the blinds. So I was just like, okay, I'll press the button. But one of the buttons looked like it was for a door, and I was just like, I'm not trying to open up any door right now, so I'm not gonna hit that button. So when I woke up that morning, I was just like, okay, let me hit the button for the blinds. I guess I'll hit this button because I don't know what it does. And as it opens, I'm just like, oh, I have a balcony! Yes! So that was really nice. And let's see. What else happened that day? I'm trying to remember. I know I walked around. I did walk around the resort a little bit, or at least the lobby. The lobby was really nice. And so there was a cafe in the lobby. And guys, you guys know I'm Filipino. I don't get a lot of Filipino food around where I'm at. It's extremely not Filipino or Asian where I live. So when I saw that they had like a calamansi fresca drink, and then this was my breakfast. I had a calamansi fresca, and then I had a spam kimchi Danish. And I was like, is that Danish? It was a baked good with spam and kimchi furikake because there wasn't actually kimchi in there. But I was like, I am in the Pacific. This is so awesome. I love spam things, like spam musubi, which I didn't actually get to eat my spam musubi in time, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. We make do. It works. So what was it? Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my morning. And then the meetings, it's work meetings. I'm not really going to talk about that. But okay, I guess I just skip over too, because Monday was the first day of meetings. Tuesday was a whole meeting. Wednesday was the day of the tsunami. Hotel within a hotel, crazy luxury, right? That strawberry ice thingy in front of you looks yummy. Yeah, right? I kind of want to eat it. That's actually one thing. One of my coworkers, or one of the people that I met from another department, he was just like, you need to go eat at this snow place. And I love snow. I love eating snow. The shaved ice, but it's milky. I did not get the chance to go. I was so sad. I ran out of meal times, guys. It got really complicated. There was a lot of places to go check out. Like there was a whole sisig restaurant, and I love sisig. I was like, it's a sisig fusion restaurant? Oh my gosh. And like, oh wait, actually, okay, Monday. So before I got there, I was trying to look at like what food places there were around the resort or around to eat where I was. And I found not a spam musubi. I found an onigiri stand. Onigiri 7, I think, is like a Japanese fast food place on Guam, I guess. It was so good. And it was so close. Like, it was a block down from my hotel. So I walked there that morning. Like, after I ate my spam kimchi Danish, I think I was on the phone. I think I was in VC with Rika from Telltale. And I was like, Rika, do I just go? Do I just go to the onigiri place? I have like 45 minutes before my meeting. It's like a 10-minute walk. Do I just go? And she was like, yeah, go. So I went and I got, what did I get? I got a salmon poke, a karaage, and a mentaiko onigiri for $6. Like 3 onigiri for $6? America could never. America would charge me like $12 for 3 onigiri that were actually like packed pretty well. I was like, wow, this is good. And like legit salmon poke. Yes, so good. I walked into my meeting with my onigiri. That was my first impression on people. They're like, this girl just brought food to this meeting. Like, yes, I did, but so did all of you. So it's spicy tuna onigiri and some salmon nigiri for lunch with a winter melon latte. I have almost watermelon. Woo, that sounds good. I'm still working? Aw, well, sorry, uncle. That sounds like someone dropped 3 cuisines onto a plate and just rolled with it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. For the spam kimchi Danish, yeah. Okay, so then Tuesday. All right, so on Guam, you guys know Don Quixote, like Donkey from Japan, like the big department store. It's not a department store exactly, is it? It's like a souvenir store. I feel like there's just like a lot of knickknacks. I guess it's the Walmart, but nicer, you know. But they had like they had this building right outside of the airport called the Village of Donkey. And it was literally just a giant Don Quixote with a food hall. Where's my onigiri? Where's my onigiri? I want more onigiri. Love Don Quixote. It's like Dollar Tree, but not a dollar. Exactly. Okay, yes. That's a better description. Because I was just like, I don't want to call it Walmart. But it's like, it's a step above a Dollar Tree. There's just a lot of things that you can get in there, like snacks and knickknacks and souvenirs. Like they had a whole I Love Guam section, which I was actually very tempted to buy an I Love Guam shirt because they had them, but they were Sanrio. And the Sanrio characters had tans. And I was like, that's kind of cute. I love it. I didn't get one though, because I was just like, I don't really need it. I have things I need to, I have expenses I need to pay for. Like projects that I'm working on here, you know, that need funds. So I was just like, okay, we're not buying anything I don't necessarily need. I remember seeing Sanrio characters with a tan in Hawaii. Yeah, okay, I think they both have it, which would make sense because, you know, Pacific Islands and everything. But yeah, so I went into the Don Quixote. I wasn't planning to, but I was like, let me just go check it out. Let me just see, because I'm not doing anything after work anyway, other than sleeping. Maybe sit out on the beach. So I went in. Oh my gosh, their food court. Yo, so good. So many things. I was like, I kind of just want to eat dinner here. But I should probably go eat dinner somewhere else. Actually, no, did I eat dinner there? I don't remember what I did for dinner that night. But that's okay. I did end up getting they had a taiyaki place with soft serve, and I was like, I just really want soft serve. Because when I got to Narita Airport, I was walking around for forever trying to figure out. I was just like, I am not really hungry because they fed me well in premium economy. So I'm not really hungry, but I feel like I should get something. So I did end up getting an onigiri. There was a 7-Eleven in the airport, but there was a line. So I was just like, why is there a line for 7-Eleven? Never mind. So I found a food stand that was selling onigiri, but then I found out later they also served soft serve ice cream, and I was like, man, soft serve ice cream in Japan is a whole different level. It's so much better. Why didn't I get ice cream? But also I had to remind myself, I kept reminding myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be back here in a month. I'm gonna be in Japan in a month. So there's no rush, really. So took the pressure off. But I ended up getting a taiyaki with ice cream with banana Nutella filling at the Don Quixote food hall. And I was like, this is so great. I love this so much. I kind of want to get more, but I can't because, well, I mean, I guess I could have, but I'm like, well, I probably need to eat like actual dinner. They almost got me with the Korean corn dogs because there's a whole Korean corn dog place in that food hall. One of them had squid ink corn dog, and like, I was like, is it like squid ink pasta? I mean, the corn dog itself was black, like the breading was black, and I was like, huh, I wonder how that would taste. And then I just didn't try it because I was full. So I was like, never mind. But I think I did go to the beach on Tuesday. I tried to sit out. Like, I don't know what it was. I was still in my work clothes. So I'm still like dressed up for a corporate meeting. And I decided, I'm like, I'm just going to go on the beach. Oh, this is how I ended up on the beach. Because I was, oh, Dr. K! Thank you for the resub. Thank you, thank you. The book has a food stall. Nani? The book? Oh, Don Quixote. Yeah, it had a whole food hall. Not just a stall. But yeah, I think jet lag was hitting me hard on Tuesday. So I was like, okay, it's 6 p.m. I want to sleep, but I need to adjust my schedule. I need to fix this. So Telltale people were just like, go to the beach, go take a walk. It is too early for you to sleep. So I go to the beach. I kind of get lost because I'm like, how do I get from the resort down to the water? There's no clear stairs. There were, and I'm blind. But I'm walking on this beach. I'm wearing like a button up and slacks. I'm just like, haha, this is definitely beach wear. But it was nice. I was thinking, I think I was considering going back up to my room and changing because I did bring a swimsuit. And trying to find where I could find a beach towel and sit out there. But I was like, the sun sets in like 30 minutes. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So, oh, that's what I did for dinner that night. Yeah, so, no. Yes? No? What did I do? I think I had the onigiri place again. I went to the onigiri place a lot. Because they also just serve poke. And so I just got a bowl of salmon poke. I was like, oh, it's so good. I almost said it's so genuine. That's not the word. Authentic. That's the word. My Spanish teacher was right there. A lot of layers to this book. One of them apparently had a good haul. If she just told me that I would have paid a lot more. A food haul. But yeah, so I was a little concerned because I think I walked to go get food in the dark. Wait. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, so like the sisig place is down the street from my hotel, a little bit further than the onigiri place. So I was like, okay, you know what? I will get sisig for dinner. Only to find out sisig is very popular in Guam because there's a lot of Filipino people. So once I got there, there was like a wait. And I'm like, I'm hungry now. I don't want to wait. So I was like, never mind. I'm not going to get sisig tonight. I'll get it another night. I could get it tomorrow night because I have no plans. So I just walked backwards. I walked back in the dark to the onigiri place, got my poke, got to my hotel, ate it, and finally went to bed. But I think I only slept for 4 hours. I think I slept at like 8:30 and then I woke up at 1 and I couldn't go back to sleep. It was awful. That's why I ended up making the form for my birthday duet concert. I was like, I guess now is a good time as any. I might as well build the list now. I'm already awake. So I guess that was Wednesday morning. Yeah, that was Wednesday morning. right? Yeah. So Wednesday. Here's the thing. I think I mentioned this yesterday on stream during praise and worship. So with my church, I fast until 3 p.m. every Wednesday. No eating before then. So this is the day of the tsunami. So I'm there at the meeting and I'm paying attention. And then somebody in front of me gets a text message, and I guess they're local. And they're just like, oh, wait, there's a tsunami warning. Or there's a tsunami watch. I can't remember which one is the more serious one, but it was the more serious one. And I'm sitting next to my pseudo supervisor. He's not actually my supervisor, but in this case he was. And we just look at each other and we're like, what do we do? what do? So the meeting ends and I'm like, okay, well, they don't need me anymore. They need my supervisor more. So he was like, I'm just going to stick around here, but like, stay safe. Okay. Don't go near the water. And I'm like, all right, well, my hotel is near the water, so I don't know what to do, but I also have like my personal laptop, so I guess I could just go to a cafe and work there. And where my meeting was at the top of a hill. So we're already in like an evacuation area if anything happens. But there's this, at the bottom of the hill, there's this really, really, really nice cafe called Slow Walk, I think. Slow Walk or Slow Walkers. But it's like a really vintage cafe. They used to be like a vault, and then they repurposed it into a cafe. And it's two levels. They had, oh gosh, wait, hold on. Can I show pictures? Let me see if I can download some pictures real quick. Oh wait, actually, yeah, let me just download all of these. Just a minute. I will show you stuff. Donkey. I'm getting there. Sorry, chat. Okay, here we go. Almost done. Okay, and then my vantage point of the tsunami. Ha ha ha. Taking too long, gonna riot? No, I'm sorry. I'm getting there. Hold up. Hold up. I'm almost done. I'm done. Hold on. Wait. Let me just download these. Okay. But yeah, so where was I? Sorry, guys. Usually I'm more organized with these things. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants right now. So, okay. Tsunami day. Right. So I decided to camp out at this cafe because I'm just like, okay, well, this is a little bit farther from the water. I guess as long as I'm not going back to my hotel, which everybody has told me not to go back to my hotel, I will just hang out here and I'll do work. And I'd heard, like, people weren't really taking the tsunami too seriously at that point. And I was just like, okay, well, you know, it's tropical island. You know, they probably get this all the time. To find out, no, they do not get this all the time. I'm like, oh, gotcha. Tsunami stole her organization. Shush, you. Let me see how I can work this. Okay. Hold on, let me studio mode this really quick so that I'm not accidentally doxing myself or anything. How do I do this? Display capture. Photos? Oh, that didn't work. This one? Oh, select the display to capture. There we go. Okay, let me just rein this in a bit. Okay, let me just move chat just a little bit over. Move chat, you're in the way. Okay, sorry. Okay, that'll work for now. There we go. All right, so this was the calamansi fresca that I had. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so are these in order? Give me a sec. Are these in order? No, they're not. What the heck? Ah. No. No, how dare. Why is it like this? Okay, well, we're gonna be flipping through. We're gonna be flipping through these then, I guess. So, oh, there's the spam kimchi Danish that I had while I was there. So that was my breakfast that one morning. So I'm at this cafe, which I will find here. Okay, finally. Great. This was like the second floor. So I sat over here and worked a lot, like at the table, the bar stools with the really fancy like librarian lamps. It was cool. Very peaceful. So I get a couple of messages from people overseas, like on Discord, like people from VTSO, people from Telltale messaging me. They're like, Jemmy, did you hear about the tsunami coming for Guam? And I was like, wait, what? I mean, like, yes, I've heard that there was a tsunami, but like it's that big news that it's reaching you? Huh? And so I didn't know about this 8.8 earthquake off the coast of Russia. So I was like, oh, like as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, it's like a legit tsunami. Probably. That's a strong earthquake. Like I had to check the Richter scale. I was like, what does the Richter scale go up to? Oh, 9. This is an 8.8. Oh, crap. So, were you affected by the tsunami? No, not really. I'm getting there. So basically, who would be DMing you about that? A bunch of people. Lots of people, which I'm very blessed because I was like, oh, people care. Oh, that's so nice. So, okay, so, let's see. Wait, how did that download that picture? Give me a second. That is so weird. I did not hit that button. Why does this always seem to happen? It's not even on this. It's not even in this folder. How? Oh my gosh, whatever. It's fine. So, what was it? So, it's okay. We pretend we'll see. Yeah, exactly. You said nothing. But also, I don't really care too much, to be honest. So, what was I saying? Okay, so a lot of people were messaging me. And I was like, okay, you know what? I should probably just put it out there. Like, in case people are worried. And also, because this island needs prayer. That's when I tweeted out, like, hey, apparently there's a tsunami coming over here. Can you guys pray for me? I texted my Bible group. I messaged, like, I put it out on Twitter. I messaged my pastor. I messaged my family. And my parents called me, like, immediately over Facebook. They're just like, are you gonna be okay? You should probably get to higher ground. And I was like, well, you know, apparently it's not gonna happen until, like, 2:30. And it's, like, what, 1:30? Or, like, 1:15, and they're like, just, you know, don't just ignore it, like, pay attention to it, you know, take it seriously. And I was like, okay, fine, that's fine. So I pack up my stuff and I'm like, I'll just go back up to where my meeting was. Technically they're still having the meeting. I just was not needed for the next part. Hold on, actually, I'm just going to be careful with the photos. But I'm going to leave that there. So I've been fasting all day, right? I was planning to just eat food at this cafe as soon as 3 p.m. hit. But 3 p.m. would have been too late. So I take my parents' advice and I go downstairs and I go order food. Or I plan to go order food. Unfortunately, there is a Lola in front of me who just doesn't know what she wants to order. So her grandchildren are trying to help her. It takes like 5 minutes. I'm standing there for a very long time. And the cafe manager, like, locks the door and is like, yeah, we're closing doors at 2 p.m. because of the tsunami. And I'm like, oh, okay, they are taking this seriously. And so the cashier is like, okay, this lady is the last person that's allowed to order. And I'm like, no, please, Lola, please, why did you do this to me? I haven't eaten all day. They're closing the register. I just need food to take with me. Please. So the cashier kind of like walks away and I'm like, wait, ma'am, please. I haven't eaten all day. Can I just buy one of the pastries that's already like packaged up over here? I don't need kitchen food. I just need something to bring with me in case I get stranded. I need food. I need water also. And she's like, okay, fine. But then the manager comes over and announces to the whole cafe. This is the blessing and the pressing, guys. They announced to the whole cafe. They're like, okay, everybody has to leave by 2 p.m. You can take any pastry you want for free because otherwise it's just going to go in the trash because we need to clean up before the tsunami comes. And I'm like, oh, okay. Blessing and the pressing. I didn't need to pay for my food. Let's go. Thank you, Jesus. Like, there's a reason why that happened. So minor annoyances might happen for reasons. So just keep that in mind whenever an annoyance happens. So I took a matcha cream croissant with me, which I didn't end up eating. It was just like too much. And then I ended up getting a hot dog bun, which had cheese in it too. And I was like, yo, this is a great hot dog bun. I love this so much. So it was yummy. I'm glad I got to eat that. So I parked myself at the top of the hill where my meeting is. And I just camped there. There's nobody else there really other than people for the meeting. What did you clip? What were you clipping? So gosh, what was I saying? So I park up at the top of this hill, and I wait for a while, and then cars start trickling up there. Like, they're starting to park along the sides of the roads. They're starting to park in the parking lots and in the overflow lots. And I was like, oh, okay, I am in a good place. That's good because like this top of this hill, I think they were saying when I was looking up alerts and things, they were just like, waves could be from 1 to 3 meters tall, which is 3 feet to 10 feet. And I was like, oh, that's 2 of me. But I'm on the second floor of this cafe. Maybe I'll be good. But then the cafe closed. So I was like, okay, well, I should be good on the top of this hill. And so, wait, someone clipped that testimony. Oh, the blessing and the pressing? Oh, okay, gotcha. I was just like, what clip? I don't know if the clip command worked. I don't know that I've really seen it. You're only 5 feet tall? Well, actually, I am 5'1" officially. I've been told all my life I'm 5. And then I went to the doctor and they measured me. They're like, you're 5'1". I was like, what? I grew? What? So I am 5'1" officially. Yay! You sound like my sister who's 4'11". She says she's 5 feet. No, I'm actually 5'1". Yeah, so I'm at the top of this hill, and I'm like, you know what? I was talking to my Bible study, and like we're all like pretty much missionaries, right? So wherever we go, we're like planning to be on some kind of an assignment, whether it's ministering to people or praying for people. And I was like, I don't feel called to talk to anybody on this island. I don't know what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, oh, it's to pray for the island during this time. So I did like a little prayer walk around the hill. But then like as it got closer to 2:30, which is when they were expecting activity to really like ramp up, I go to like the edge of the hill to go watch the water, see if it's doing anything. And it kind of looks like the tide is receding, which is what happens when a tsunami is going to come by. Because it sucks in all the water and then it like brings it back to the surface, or to the shore. So I'm there, and then everybody else from the meeting decides to come out and watch the water also. So we're having this tsunami watch party on the hill, which is what I tweeted about. Yes, we were having a tsunami watch party there. Some people had the news playing on their phones so we could hear it, but then the news would cut out because it's like, oh, they're also evacuating. So my whole area where my hotel was, they were all evacuating. And they were all, there was like traffic for 2 hours. I was like, okay, I'm not going back to my hotel because I'm not going to get anywhere. So, yeah. So we're waiting there. I think we waited there for like an hour. And I'm like, I'm talking to like the people who are running the meeting. Like they're trying to make a report and everything. And I'm like, are you guys going to put this into a report? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. Because it shows resilience and the benefits of having your meeting in an evacuation zone. And I was like, y'all are silly. But then nothing happened. Nothing happened. Other than like, I mean, it was just waves. It wasn't even really big waves. And like a lot of people on the island were also saying like I think the Marianas Trench was going to end up sucking out a lot of like the energy from the tsunami because it's deep. So deep waters will do that, I guess. I haven't really looked into the seismic or like the science behind that, but it does make sense to me based on physics. Like a tertiary glance at the physics, I guess. So everybody pretty much just left after that. I kind of waited for like maybe 30 more minutes because I was like, well, who knows? Something might happen. I don't need to be at a meeting. I have nowhere to be. Otherwise, I'm just sitting in my car. So I just stayed there for another 30. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just check to see how things are going. So I drove back down the hill. And like, I'm pretty much talking to anybody who is in SEA area because I'm just like, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. Who knows what's going to happen. So I was talking to Carl and I was telling him that like, yeah, I like ventured back down the hill and he was like, no, go back up. And I was like, okay, Kuya, I'll go back up the hill just in case. But it's like, it's raining. It's so humid. I'm drowning in the humidity. There are chickens crossing the road. There are literally chickens, cows, dogs everywhere, walking, just chilling. And I'm like, okay, well, the animals are here, so that's a good sign. So then I head back up the hill, and it's like 5 o'clock. And like I passed where my meeting point was going to be. And I found out there's actually like a national park overlook. And I'm like, oh, I can just spend time here. And like I can just watch the water. So I did. Waves still weren't doing anything. And we had an advisory to just stay away from the water, to stay 100 feet away from the shore. So that's what we were doing. That's what I was doing. But yeah, nothing happened. But I stayed up there for a while because I was just like, well, just in case. But then there were a lot of people that were coming and going, I guess, to also watch the waves. But then families were just leaving. So I was just like, okay, maybe I'm good. Is Noah's Ark in Guam? What? What do you mean? Like historically or the replica? Because I think there's like, isn't there a replica of Noah's Ark in the Bible Museum in DC? But I don't know if it's life-size. I don't know that we have any information about the size of Noah's Ark. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. But yeah, so when I went back down the hill, I was like, okay, nothing's happening. So I'm just gonna go grab food. And then I remembered, because I was supposed to grab food with my supervisor that day. Or I was supposed to grab lunch. And then I found out there's a Jollibee nearby. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm dragging my supervisor to Jollibee. Because why not? And then we didn't end up having lunch. So as I was driving back to my hotel, I was like, wait, how close is the Jollibee to here? So I went to Jollibee during the tsunami. It was great. It was great. They had this thing. It was a yuzu Sprite, a salted yuzu Sprite drink. It was so yummy. I was like, I need to get this again. I didn't go to Jollibee again a second time at Guam because I was like, I can't fit this. Tsunami Jolly Beans probably hit different. You know, it did. It did. The Jolly Spaghetti was great. The chicken was well marinated. It was so juicy. I was like, wow. Like, I know Jollibee's good chicken, but I think this is the best Jollibee's chicken that I had. Ever. Ever. But most of the Jollibee that I've had has been in America, so it's a little bit different. But then I was also like, you know what? I haven't eaten all day, other than that hot dog. What if I also grab sisig? So I also grabbed sisig nachos from the sisig fusion place. So I just had a whole feast of Filipino food that night. It was great. I slept like a baby. It was amazing. Thursday. What happened Thursday? Thursday was kind of uneventful. I just met up with coworkers for dinner, and I don't get to do coworker dinner very often, because all of my coworkers are pretty much, you know, at least like where I'm currently at, like when we're not on travel, they all have families and stuff, so like no one's really trying to like go, well, I guess they're trying to go out, but they just can't. And like I don't drink, so it's just like, well, it's whatever. I'll just go eat by myself. I am a big proponent of solo eating. It's great. Excuse me. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You can just eat, spend time with Jesus if that's what you want to do. And well, the only downside is that you're pretty much limited to one dish to try because you can't share with another person. But it was great. I got like this oxtail thing because like originally we went to this Chamorro restaurant called Mezcal, yeah. But one of the people that we were eating with lives on Guam, and she was like, okay, the rule is you have to get something off the menu that you have never tried before. And originally I was gonna get smothered pork chops because they looked really good. But because of that rule, I was like, okay, I guess I'm getting the braised oxtail. And it was so good. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. Eating by yourself is great. I just end up drinking too much beer. I solo eat all the time. It's called being a foodie. Exactly! When you're traveling all the time, you barely have anybody to eat with. So you're kind of forced to solo eat anyway. I'm not from the South, but I did live in Tennessee for a good bit and can confirm Southerns will do that. But I'm definitely going to Jollibee. Food is needed, but the tsunami, I don't care. I'm going to get it now. It's gonna be even more delicious with the threat of impending doom. I mean, could you imagine my final meal in life is Jollibee? I mean, at least, you know, go down with a chicken joy. You're joyful, I guess. So yeah, had dinner with some of my coworkers, and then they were also we were trading stories or travel stories. So I had to tell my what was it? The person who lived on Guam, she asked, like, where out of all of your travel sites, what was the worst meal that you had? Because like we have the opportunity to eat pretty well on travel trips, especially if it's overseas. So I was like, at first I was like, I don't think I have any. And then I remembered the time that I was tricked into eating Rocky Mountain oysters. So if you don't know what a Rocky Mountain oyster is, I thought it was an actual oyster. My coworker that was leading me on that trip hyped it up and was just like, yeah, they're really good, only to find out that it was a prank and it's ox testicles. He made me eat that. He tricked me into eating that. So I was like, I mean, like, you're lucky that it's me and I'm like relatively adventurous, okay? So, but any other person, I think they would hit you upside the head. I will be like, okay, well, I just won't eat any more of those. Was it good though? No, it didn't taste like anything. It was just the idea of like, oh, I'm eating this. So yeah, that was my worst travel story. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else happened. I don't think anything else really happened that night. I was supposed to try and get snow to eat for dessert. It just didn't happen. Friday I had to do a lot of work visits, so I was like driving around the island the whole time, which was kind of nice. I mean, the farthest point on the island was just like 40 minutes away. Like, Guam is 8 miles wide. It's a very small island, which is kind of convenient. But as I was like wrapping up work, because I think that day is the day that I also found out that I might have to go to Japan earlier. So I was trying to figure that out. But then the person who booked me into the nice hotel was like, "Oh yeah, are you planning to go to the buffet at the?" So rewind a little bit. The nicest hotel so far, I think that I've heard of, is called the Tsubaki Tower in Guam. And in that hotel, they have a amazing all-you-can-eat buffet. Super bougie. Like, I think I would compare it to like the Las Vegas buffets, like Bacchanal, if you've been there. There's just a lot of variety of food. And were you at Guam for mission work? No, not for mission work. Like for actual work. But my coworkers were just like, you need to go eat here because I guess they were like, whenever I'm there and I have other coworkers, I take them there. It's like $60. So all you can eat, very fancy food. They have widespread. So they had like, what's it called? They had Japanese food. They had pasta. They had other Asian foods, in particular, a charcuterie station, a steak station, some really great garlic mashed potatoes. Oh my gosh. I think the shrimp fried rice that they had there was the best shrimp fried rice I have ever had. Which brings us back to the moldy fried rice story, actually. Because I took a picture and I sent it to the VTSO has a food channel. I think I also sent it to the Discord, to our Discord food channel. If I didn't, I'm going to send it. And Azure Sniper, was trying to figure out, because I said this is the best shrimp fried rice I've ever had. He was trying to analyze it and see like, okay, what is in this shrimp fried rice? And I jokingly said like, okay, or he was just like, I can't tell unless I taste it. And I jokingly was like, okay, I'll put some in my pocket and I'll send it to you when I get back to the States. So now he's just like, where's my moldy fried rice? So that's why. But this, oh my gosh, this place. This buffet, if you ever go to Guam, make sure you go eat at I think it's Casa Oceano, in the Tsubaki Tower. It's so worth it. Go as soon as it opens. I went there as soon as it opened because I was just like, if this place is that awesome, there's probably gonna be a wait. And I'm hungry now. Because, well, okay, here's also what happens. Here's also what my church group does. On the 1st of every month, we fast for 24 hours. So the 1st of the month was Friday. So I started my fast 5 p.m. Thursday, all the way to 5 p.m. Friday. This place doesn't open till 5:30. So I was just like, okay, this is great timing. This is great timing because I break my fast at a buffet and it's a nice one. But I was so full. I was so full. Oh my gosh. If I'm ever there with my organization, I'll check it out. Do it, Jackal. Yes, it's so worth it. If you get the time to break away. I know whenever I'm on mission, I don't get the time to break away. Everything is on the mission. So, yeah. But, well, I guess it's different when you're a missionary because you'll be there for a while. I'm there for like a week. So yeah. So that was my Friday, which was awesome. I was like, oh wait, thank you for the hydrate. I completely missed that. I needed that because I'm talking a lot. What else happened on Friday? Because I didn't do the beach. I didn't do the beach on Friday. Give me a second. Let me pull up pictures. I didn't do the beach on Friday. I think I literally just I went to the buffet and then I went home and packed. That was really it because I knew I had to leave again at 3:30 in the morning to return my car and then get on the plane. And then it was a 23-hour flight back to the East Coast. So 2 hours less, but it was interesting because I left August 2nd at 6 a.m. from the airport. I landed in Honolulu August 1st at 6 p.m. And I was like, wow, I traveled back in time. That's cool. Yeah. And like my mission at the Honolulu airport was to find like legitimate poke. Because I'm like, I'm in Hawaii. This is where it came from. No place in Honolulu airport sells poke. I was like, really? I was so sad. But yeah, so on the way to Honolulu airport, I was I ended up somehow in the very back of the plane both flights. Messed up Honolulu. I know, right? Probably won't go on one anytime soon, but you never know. Oh. Since you traveled back in time, did you tell the people of Guam about the tidal wave? No, because I was in Hawaii. You gotta go to the local card shops to find poke. I know. That's why I was like, I can't leave the airport. Although, okay, Honolulu airport was very, very confusing. Because as soon as you, like, go through customs, like, you know when you have to, like, a connecting flight, when you come back to the States, you basically have to pick up your luggage and then put it through the scanner again, right? So I had to do that. And so I was just following the line, but then all of a sudden, I'm outside the airport. I'm like, wait, I didn't have to go through immigration? And then I thought about it more and I was like, oh, they did immigration in Guam. Because they scanned all of our passports before we got on the plane in Guam. So that we wouldn't have to do it in Hawaii, I guess. So I was really lost because I'm outside the airport and I'm like, where do I go? There's no guidance anymore. I don't even know where I am on this map. Oh, Pokemon joke. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm lost in the airport. Like, it's just, I have to walk all the way to the other side of the airport to find my terminal, which was kind of distressing because I also couldn't find anybody to ask questions to. Because I would have found staff and been like, hi, I'm trying to find United Airlines. Where is it? Where do I go? Nothing. Nothing. Until you get to the very end of the airport. I found someone. I couldn't let her glaze over that coat. Thanks, Leo. Thanks for taking care of Teasy. Oops. What happened? Okay, so on the way there, this is why I was like, okay, premium economy is worth it, because I did economy both ways back. For the first flight to Honolulu, I was sat next to a sizable man. And these seats are very small and very narrow. So I was just like, okay, well, I'll give him his space. So I scooch over a little. But then I'm sitting next to a kid who is like sprawling over the seats to sleep. Like he's laying down to sleep. But he's kind of trying to like stretch out. But stretching out would require him to like put his feet under me. Which is kind of what he did until his mother realized what he was doing and was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I ended up being a pillow for this boy a couple of times because he just like, I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. So he's like resting on my shoulder for a bit. I was like, I'm not doing anything anyway. I'm trapped. So the mom was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's like, it's okay. I get it. It's hard to travel with a kid. But also, I'm in like the middle seat of a four person row. The guy next to me is a heavy sleeper. I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I was trying to hold it. I was trying to hold it so bad, waiting for him to want to go to the bathroom so that I could also leave this row. But he was sleeping for a long time. So I tried to like tap him. He was not responding. And I was like, oh God, what do I do? Like, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to pee so bad. What do I do? This is miserable. I hate this. Eventually, he did wake up because I was like, okay, I really need to like shake him because I can't do this anymore. And then as soon as I leave, that's when he decides to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, please. I'm so, why? But yeah, so there was that. The flight from Honolulu to Houston instead. That was my next connecting flight. Oh, bye, Dr. K. Thanks for hanging out. The next flight to Houston, a little bit better. Still in the very back of the plane. And I guess I don't think I've ever encountered an unaccompanied minor until that trip, which I'm surprised considering how much I've traveled. But there was a kid in my row, and he's watching K-pop Demon Hunters because I'm like hearing Golden play from his phone, and I thought it was just gonna be like us two in the back row. I was like, okay, that's cool. This kid seems pretty cool, and like he's very social. Because before anybody else got there, he was just like, you know something really cool? I have lightsabers in my backpack. And I'm like, whoa. And he was like, yeah, I built them with like my teacher. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. What the heck? And then you put on 2B Hero X, right? 2B Hero X, the next episode wasn't on. It wasn't released yet by the time I was traveling. So I would have watched it. What did I watch? I finished Apothecary Diaries on the way to Guam. I watched... What did I watch? I watched, wait, what is it called? Hold on. It's a really good show. I am really liking it. Sisters. Anyway. A Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. It's such a wholesome series. It's such a wholesome shoujo. So I caught up to it while flying to Houston. Yeah, I downloaded it in Honolulu. But yeah, so more people ended up coming to that back row. So there was a man sitting next to the boy, and I'm just like, oh man, this guy is definitely like, he's either a dad or he was meant to be a dad, because he was like all about talking to this kid. I was like, this is so wholesome to see. I love seeing this, because I don't see that very often, you know. So what happened also? So I ended up sleeping pretty much most of the way to Houston, and my seat was next to the bathroom, so a lot of people gathering there. So at the end of the flight, one of the flight attendants came over, or like they were sitting there, and they were just like, ma'am, were you able to sleep okay? And I was like, I mean, I was able to sleep like decent for a plane. And he was like, yeah, I was trying to keep people from like talking around here for too much because I saw you were sleeping. I didn't want them to wake you up. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Luckily I was able to sleep through most of it. Sometimes I did wake up and there were just people there, and I'm like, oh, hopefully they didn't see me like in a weird position, because I think I slept for like this most of the time. I was like, oh, my neck. So yeah, I got back home at around 4 p.m. Saturday. So it was kind of nice to have Sunday to just rest and everything. Yeah, my roommates thought I was crazy because I went grocery shopping right after I came back from Guam. Like, before I got home, I was like, I just want vegetables. I don't have any produce at home. I need to cook something. So I went to the grocery store. And that was the end of my trip. I'm gonna catch up on messages now because I just kept going. My bad. I feel like God gives me the desire to learn them, to go to other countries to serve in ministry there. Oh, for learning languages? Yeah. Oh, that is a gift for people with like evangelism gifts, which I did not realize my evangelism gift was so high, but it's part of like the missionary part of being an evangelist. So yeah. It must have been comfortable for him to rest on their shoulder because you're his size. Shut up, Leo. Missions isn't a thing to take lightly. If you feel called, pray about it and talk to a pastor. See if your church has short-term mission trips so you can serve and see what God is doing. Yeah, definitely. Mission trips are no joke. I didn't realize until I was like actually on one. I was like, oh, the spiritual warfare is crazy. I hate sitting on the inside so much for this exact reason. Yeah, here's the thing. With United, for some reason, I just always got a middle seat. I was like, please, give me an outside seat. I beg, please. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm catching up. At least he's got good movie taste. Yeah. Kids are funny with their innocent socializing. No, for real. This kid was so sweet. He was like, hello, how are you? And like, I guess United is doing this thing now instead of I guess instead of cleaning the seats for you, they give you a sanitizing wipe so you could wipe down your seat yourself. So I guess the kid didn't know what to do with his sanitizing wipe, so I opened mine. I was cleaning down my seat, and then he saw me, and then I saw him rip open his and start to clean his stuff. And he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna clean the armrest in case somebody ends up sitting here. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's really thoughtful. He was very sweet. The ending of that arc is so good. Wait, for which one? Apothecary? I'm guessing Apothecary Diaries. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was really good. Oh my gosh. Jinshi and Mao Mao. I was so surprised there was a new series of 2B Heroes. Saw the original and never thought there would be more. Wait. Did this series exist before? I thought it was all original. I fall asleep with my mouth wide open. It's really embarrassing, and then sometimes I slobber. Yeah, when I'm like really, really passed out, that is me. And that was me on that flight. That's why I was like, uh-oh, there were people here all the time. That was us when we moved. It took a little longer to get the stove put in, so we were sick of takeout and we got it and we wanted to eat homemade. Yes, exactly. He was probably taller. Snake, shush you, but also welcome in. I feel like God has given me a big heart of empathy, evangelism, and apologetics. Yo, we need that. Honestly, I need to take an apologetics class because when people throw stuff at me and I don't know how to answer, I'm just like, I know there's an answer, but I just don't know what it is. So that's so lazy, right? I was just like, you have a cleaning crew coming in, don't you? Normally? Unless that's how you guys are now on time, because you just make people clean their own seats. I have no idea. Is that what it's for? I did not know that I've been using it for my hands. I mean, you use it for your hands too, but I think it's for the seat mainly. Because they didn't used to do that. I was surprised. Airlines making you pay to clean your own seat. Yeah. Yeah. When you're in premium economy, they don't make you do that. They clean it for you. That's why. There's a 2B Hero Baba and a 2B Hero Leaf. What? There is? Is it the same concept as 2B Hero X? I'm very curious. Candy! Thank you for the welcome back. How are you? Actually, Candy, I'm trying to figure out. I need to stream. I need to stream The Calling soon. I will. They are unrelated. Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah. Nope, they're all their own stories. Okay. Doing good. How are you? Doing good. I think I fixed my sleep schedule for the most part. Luckily, I got another day off today for other circumstances. So, I got to kind of reset, kind of work on some things while I could. I recorded 2 songs today, which is great. None of them are my projects. But, yeah. I'm thinking. Is there anything else? Does anybody have any questions about Guam? Or about the tsunami? If not, I'm probably going to end soon because I do have to work on some things before I leave. Oh yeah, I missed that. Wait, the whole Guam thing. I can't tell the whole story. I feel like a lot of people try to debate unfruitfully with non-believers when I feel like God wants us to show them with our actions how God's love is. And when we talk about him with words, that we got to do it out of love and gentleness instead of fire and brimstone. Dabster, you get it. Yes, I am 100% of that posture too. Because here's the thing. Here's what I've realized. And this is always the thought whenever I see somebody like go at other people who are not believers. I always think back to the story of Jesus with the Samaritan woman. Because he didn't like meet her just to shame her. He met her and then met her where she was at and like developed a connection before doing anything. And that's how it was able to break through to her, and that's how he was able to reach her. And it was also done in private. Like for real. He sent his apostles away because he knew that they were going to say something because 1, she's a Samaritan. 2, she's a woman. So, which was a big no-no back in the day. So, he had to send them away so that he could get proper time with this woman. And so that he could actually like help her heal. So that's kind of the stance that I take with anybody who's a non-believer. Like, you do have to meet them where they are. Coming at them with just like coming them straight from the gate of you're a sinner, you're going to hell, that's just gonna bring up a bunch of walls. That's not gonna help anybody. So, like, why? You know? Okay, that's just my stance. That's just my take on it. I have friends still in Hawaii and they were all prepped to get hit hard, and then luckily it was way more tame than they expected. Yeah! Nothing happened. It was pleasantly uneventful. As much as I wanted to see a large wave, I can just see a simulation of a large wave instead. So yeah. In so many instances, Jesus handled with gentleness and love. The Samaritan woman is a great example of that. Yeah. I randomly found your cover of Obsession, and now I am here and joined late. What took you to Guam? Oh, Ramflax. Oh, welcome in. Sorry. But I'm glad you found me through a cover. Oh my gosh, Obsession was one of my favorite covers. That was so fun. I love .hack. What took you to Guam? Work. I went there for a business trip. So, yeah. I got to enjoy the beautiful beaches of Guam for like a second. Which reminds me, I was gonna show you guys some pictures if I don't dox myself. So, I was fixing my Xbox. What I missed in the past 5 minutes? Oh, I'm just talking about how to approach non-believers. Okay, let me show. Where is it? Okay, so this was the water. And let me say, the water in Guam, not cold. It was so nice to just like stand in the water and wade in there. Oh my gosh. And this was at sunset, so it was really pretty. Oops, that's not it. Let's see, what else is there? This was the Okay, this was the donkey, the entrance to the Don Quixote, and this was the taiyaki that I had. It was so yummy. Oh my gosh, it got the chocolate and vanilla swirl soft serve, and then inside was Nutella and banana. No, it was banana peanut butter. It was so yummy. I was so happy. It was so great. This was the beach. I'm just gonna pan. So that's the beach in the morning. I think I went here, I grabbed a calamansi fresca and I was like, I'm just gonna walk along the beach. So I did. And no one was there. It was so clean. The water is so blue. It's so nice. Thank you for the hydrate, Mr. Waffles. Okay, let's see. I did take my aesthetic Instagram picture. So I did not post this on Twitter because I figured it would be weird. People would be weird about it, I mean. And then, let's see. So this was like the downstairs of the cafe that I was at. Feet for free. Exactly. Yeah, that's why. Mira! Hello, lovely. How are you? Ayo, is that feet? Mira, please. No. Scandalous. No. Not my feet, Angeli Girly being the one who points this out. Yeah, people are gonna be weird about it here. Yeah, that's why I didn't post it. So this is the only time you'll see that. But yeah, so this was like the seating area on the first floor. And then this was the stairs to go upstairs for the cafe. Oh my gosh, guys, I love like a repurposed industrial area. It's cozy. I don't know what it is. I'm kidding, it was cute, I know. Mira, how are you? What was the humidity like? It was like I was drowning. At least when the tsunami was like actually happening, I was like, I can't breathe. It's all water in the air. Oh my gosh. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I had to like retreat to my car a couple of times just to catch my breath. Mira frothing at the mouth over there. No. Air soup. No, for real. I guess that's a good way to describe it. I'm doing good. Sorry I'm late, but I'm happy to hear about the rest of your trip. Yeah. No, don't worry about being late. Although I am going to be ending soon because I need to work on a few things before going to rehearsal for praise and worship. So, yeah. Let's see. So, that was the upstairs. Was this... Okay, I showed you guys this picture already. They had this, like, meeting room there, and I was like, this is so nice. Can I please just work here all the time? Can I have a cafe that's near here? So I could work here. And then, Wagyu Moko Loco, I think? No, it was Wagyu Burger Hamburger Curry from Shirley's. Shirley's is apparently a big diner over there. I will say, their servings are massive. I could barely finish this. This was a lot of food. Looks very Loco Moco-ish. Yeah, exactly. This was the overlook that I was hanging out at during the last part of the evacuation. So I was just like at the top of this hill overlooking, so you could kind of see the waves here. But I think just the way that they've set up the island and some of the infrastructure, it breaks very, very far away from the shore. So I was like, okay, so we're pretty good here. Yeah, so nothing from the tsunami, luckily. Wagyu burger makes 0 sense, but it looks tasty. Why does it not make sense? Okay, and then also my Jollibee. I went to this Jollibee after the tsunami, and it was so good. Do they have the... Wait, where's the drink? Did they not have the drink? The yuzu Sprite, the salted yuzu Sprite. I very often see cafes and just want to quit my job and go work at those instead. Leo, 100%. I get you. I get you. I'm like, can I just open a cafe? I'll make the bread. Do we just want to do a partnership? I can make the bread for the cafe. I love the little pictures you have with it. Thank you. Yeah, I take a lot of pictures when it comes to traveling. Actually, after I heard that like Melinda got a travel cam, and then actually while I was at that cafe, a girl in front of me who was ordering also had a travel cam. I was like, I do enough travel. Maybe I get one. So now I have a travel cam. So I'm going to be using that a lot next month when I'm in Japan and the Philippines. And then here is my jolly spaghetti and chicken joy. I was so happy. I would do it again. My photo library is too full. Oh, I understand. Okay, here's my braised ox from my dinner with my coworkers. So good. Red rice. I know Guam is like really big into red rice. I guess it's a Chamorro thing. It was very tasty. And it's funny because like the best Chamorro food that I was told to get was actually at a Jamaican cafe. So I got, luckily this was during lunch during one of the meetings, and I was just like, do you have something that's like small, because I'm not trying to eat too much. So this was ribs, chicken, and red rice, and it was so good. It was the perfect amount. And then at the cafe, so the cafe, I'm pretty sure Korean cafe, right? So they had these bulgogi fries. Wait, no, these weren't the bulgogi ones. This was the spicy pork belly fries. They were so good. The fries were cooked to perfection. Like, it was the perfect amount of crispy. And then the pork belly was so juicy. I was like, yes. This was my revenge for not being able to eat properly at the cafe the day before because they kicked me out. So, yeah, that's so much on the fries. It's toppings featuring fries. It's pork belly with a side of fries. It was so yummy though. I would definitely eat it again. So yeah, if anybody goes to Guam, Slow Walk is so good. Slow Walk is the place to be. There was also a cow. Wait, no, not a cow. I think when I was in the parking lot, there was just a chicken walking around. I think it was a rooster actually. But I was like, what you doing here, buddy? And I just walked around with him. And then on the way up to my meeting, there was a cow on the side of the road. So, lots of livestock. Just hanging out. It's kind of great. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be the end of this Just Yapping stream. I know it's been a while since I've done a chatting stream, and I definitely want to do more of them. because I just have so much to talk about. But my next stream will be on Thursday. I'm actually not sure if... Oh man, critical. Really? Thank you for the stream. Sorry I didn't come in sooner. No, you are good. Don't worry. Okay, hold on. I was supposed to get words of wisdoms ready. I wasn't ready. Hold on. What's a good one? Nihongo time! I can't do Nihongo and words of wisdom at the same time. I have to leave. TZ, I'm so sorry. I have to refund you. I really have to go. But hold on. I'm thinking of words of wisdom. I will think of that really, really quick. I did it for the meme. I can't believe. Wow. My mods. My mods, everybody. Okay, hold on. Let me... Shush. Shush, lemonade. Where's my... There we go. Words of wisdom. Hold on. Triple combo, burst into song to make it a Japanese musical word of wisdom. No, don't do it. I will refund you. I can't do that. Oh gosh, this was not what I was looking for. Okay, for my Asian heritage. Here are your words of wisdom for today. When you are making rice, make sure you wash it thoroughly. 2 times is optimal. 3 times is too much. Not at all, and you're asking to eat bugs. There you go. There's your words of wisdom for today. I have 160k points and I'm not afraid to use them. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But cooked bugs though. No! We are not getting into this discussion of eating rice bugs. Please. No, as an Asian, don't make me do this. 3 times? No, wash it till the water runs clean. Well, you still want some starch. There's still some nutrients. But yeah, that's why. But okay. Do not wash it with soap. Please, I beg. Don't. I've seen people do that, and I'm like, please, that's not what it means by washing the rice. That's not how that works. Okay, let's see. Pacific coded words of wisdom today. When there is a tsunami warning, go to higher ground, no matter what anyone says. It might be a nothing burger, but it also might not be. It might not be a nothing burger. That's the words. Use bleach? Y'all are crazy. I know y'all are kidding. You better be kidding, or else I'm disowning you as viewers, because that's insane. No. Just build a sandcastle to fight in the wave. To fight the wave. Make sure your rice is pearly white. Oh, Lord. Help me. What's happening? Scrubbing bubbles works as well for rice. I'm going to leave. I'm going to send you guys over to... I'm sending you over... Who am I sending you over to? I'm sending you over to... Who did I send you over to? I'm sending you guys over to Lillimore. She's playing Haunt's game. So I know everybody has been into horses lately. So I'm going to send you guys over there. And she's bald right now. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to stick around for too long. But please make sure you join in the raid just to help out another streamer. And I will see you guys. You guys have fun with the horses. How long has she been streaming? 10 minutes. Okay, great. So she just started. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. I will be... Oh, wait. I don't know if I'm going to exactly be streaming on Thursday, but I'm going to be part of a Christian Roundtable singles talk. Hosted by Corky Bug, I'm pretty sure. Corky and Catty Bug. So, I don't know if I'm going to be sharing my own POV or if it's just going to be on her channel. I will let you guys know. And I will see you guys later.